Hello there guys, it's me Unstable Voltage and welcome to episode 3 of Total War Warhammer. I am being totally put off by the sounds that are coming from one of the greenskin camps over here. Just listen to these guys for a second, will you? Not doing it now. There were some really disturbing sounds coming from that camp a few moments ago. So, in our last video, we managed to retake the Pillars of Grundni. And now we need to get in over here and, well, we need to wipe this army out. The Bloody Spears. We also need to try and retake Mount Squighorn as well. We did get to the end of the turn though, so there's not much more we can do. We've got into another defensive alliance. We've completed the construction of the barley fields. We've got our tech. We won a battle. We gained a rank, which I believe we did spend, and we settled the, or occupied the settlement. Now, we've got to be careful that the army doesn't come back and attack one of our settlements. It should be fine, though. This army is practically dead. They don't really have an awful lot that they can do. And I don't think we can really be attacked from any other direction. We are friendly with the guys to our west, so we should be alright there. We should be able to just move down and attack these guys. But we'll end the turn, because that's what we need to do. And we'll see what's happening. What have we got here? A military alliance. We'll take an alliance. That does mean we could potentially get dragged into offensive wars, but...
Let us begin.
Greenskins. A barbarous race of savage killers. They think of nothing except violence. Keep your weapons close at hand in any dealings with them.
One thing that I was about to say before starting this video is note how useless, how quickly useless the tutorial becomes in this game. I mean, okay, that part that just popped up there wasn't really a tutorial, it was just giving some lore, but this is something that I've noticed. It's a thing that's pretty much the same across all strategy games. They all suffer with bad tutorials, but the Total War games seem to be some of the worst ones that I've encountered, because I think that they really expect people who are playing the current games to have experience with the older games, and there are just certain things that they seem to take for granted that the player knows and understands, like mentioning buildings to reduce public order. I mean, it does warn you about public order, but it doesn't tell you how to get rid of public order. Public order is stabilising. It is still at minus 44, which is not very good. If it gets to minus 100, we could have a revolt, but we need to go and deal with these guys, so let's decide what we want to do with our army. Let's have a look at the army. The army is sort of fully healed at the moment. We could go ahead and get a few more units, but I don't think we need them if we want to go and attack these guys. So I think we should probably just go and get stuck in with that. So let's get over here and go and give these guys a bit of a thump.
By the ancestors, no.
They actually ran away. Don't think we can catch them on this turn, because we're completely out of our movement. That's not technically true. I mean, we could still do something useful on this turn if we wanted to. We could still go and attempt to grab Mount Squighorn here. Now, it would cause some problems with public order, but it's probably worth getting. Let's go ahead and have a look at their garrison. A couple of orc boys and 3 lots of goblins. We should be able to deal with that. We've already done that before. It was the same thing at the Pillars of Grundni. So let's go ahead and get that sorted. So let's go and attack that. Now again, we could go and do it manually, we could sort of auto-resolve it, but I'm trying to get used to the controls again, so we'll go in and fight the battle manually. It's just getting used to moving the camera around. I seem to struggle with that a little bit from time to time. Now, one thing I do remember that they said when they were developing this game is that they were going to get rid of these just sort of annoying, boring, square battlefields and give us more sort of variety, but it doesn't look like that is happening anytime soon. So it looks like we've got a fairly similar layout to the one we had before. So we'll go ahead and we'll pretty much do this in the same way. We'll take a couple of groups of miners, we'll group them up. We'll use these keys to move them around. So these are our vanguards, so we'll get these guys on this side. Why are they locked? I didn't lock them. So let's get these guys over here and ready to flank. Now they can lock formation. Let's go ahead and get the other 2 miners. And we'll group them together. And you guys, you've decided to lock again. Oh, it's because I'm using Control and G. If I just hit G, it creates the group without locking them. Right, okay, I remember. Trying to remember my key combinations now. So, yeah, so you guys are on that side. You're kind of hidden behind that rock, actually, which might be a good thing. Maybe we can get you a little bit closer and just sort of put you out behind there. There we go, let's lock you in, that's fine. Right, so what have we got now then? We've got all of our melee guys, including the hammerers. Let's just get the hammerers out here. Let's just pick those guys up, move them over. We'll put the hammerers in the middle. Try to find a slightly better spot for them. And then we will get these guys sort of over there. Okay, brilliant. So, let's go ahead and get all of the melee guys together. And I do want to create a locked group with those. And we want to get our quarrel. I thought I had more quarrelers than this. Apparently I do. Where's all the rest of them? Oh, they're at the front for some reason. So we want to get all of our quarrelers. So we want you, and you. Let's get you spread out along the back like so. You're also going to be a locked group. Put you behind the melee, and then we'll have our leader right there. Okay, we're good to start. We'll let them come to us. Oh yeah, one thing I did do here is I actually forgot to do something with my grudge throwers. But that's fine. Grudge throwers going to do a lot of damage to them before we get anything else done. Let's just go ahead and take all of our melee units here. And just sort of move up onto the hill here. We'll use the high ground to our advantage. We'll bring Thorgrim along with them. Not too sure how much of a shot the quarrelers are going to get from back there. So we do need to sort of... Yeah, these guys are currently hidden. They can't even see the quarrelers. So let's get the quarrelers moved up onto the hill also. We're now going to start flanking round. I did that completely wrong. We want to flank round and then attack those guys. In fact, we've already been spotted, so there's no point trying to do that flank. We're also going to move in with these miners from this side. Get them to charge in on those spears. And there we go. We've actually got line of sight on some of these guys now. These guys are trying to flank around the side. We're going to intercept them because it looks like they're attempting to go for our grudge throwers, which we don't want to happen. Yeah, okay, we've caught those guys out now, that's fine. Now it looks like their leader, their general, is actually moving over there to go, or their lord is actually going over there to try and attack these miners, but he's routing already, he's getting absolutely wrecked. Let's go ahead and just send some of these warriors off to the back. They're axemen, aren't they? No, just dwarf warriors, yeah, they are axe infantry. They're quite eager because their lord's nearby. These miners are doing excellent work over here. Even the goblin spearmen are about to rout, but we're definitely beating up their lord there. They're already retreating. I really must get more work done with my legendary lord, because it's getting kills with him that actually gets his level up, and I keep forgetting to do that. So that's one of the things that I really must make sure that I do. Unfortunately, he's not very fast. I mean, he is in a giant golden throne being carried by 4 dwarves, and dwarves are particularly slow to begin with. My lord is under attack. I'm not too bothered about him being under attack. I just want him to go and get some kills. Go on, go and try and get in here and attack some of these guys if you can. Let's just try and get a few kills. Might as well just go up to top speed. There's no reason to be on anything less than top speed. If we can get a few kills, he's getting left miles behind, so we're not really going to catch anybody. But we can end that battle. That was a nice, easy one. We suffered 16 losses, which is nothing at all. Yeah, Thorgrim got no kills, so... I mean, he does get some XP from the battle, but he doesn't actually get as much as he would do if he was getting kills. At least I believe that's the way it works. But that was a decisive victory. So that'll give us some more... well, not a lot of loot there. We have gained a rank though, so that's good. So we can go and pick that. And then we get the option of what we want to do with this. Well, obviously we want to occupy it, so let's go ahead and do that. It will cause some more public order loss. But the good thing now is we actually control the entire province. If we go and click on Karazakarik, you can see that we now hold all 3 of the settlements within this province, and we can actually go and issue a commandment. So we can have Venerate the Ancestors, which will be a reduction in Vampire and Chaos Corruption and +2 Public Order. Well, we don't really have any corruption at the moment. We can get a 5% more tax rate, 15% +15 growth, and additional tradable resources +5%, or reduced construction time, reduced recruitment cost, and local recruitment capacity +1. I think we will go for the growth, actually. And we do have public order to deal with, but that will go away over time. So the conquest penalty is going to go away. We will get back into the positives at some point. Hopefully we'll get up to some surplus growth and we'll be able to upgrade this building. We could also upgrade the pillars of Grungni if we wanted to a dwarf outpost. So that unlocks the ability to get rank 2 buildings. So as you can see, we have a Tinkermaster here. And we can't get the Tinkermaster level 2 because we don't have a level 2 main building. So we could do all of that. I mean, is there anything here that we really need to get? We don't need this sparring chamber here because we already have one over here. There's no point having 2 of the same recruitment building. That doesn't make any sense at all. I don't think I really want to go for one of the outposts because I'd like to save up enough to be able to get the Dwarf Keep here, because that would allow us to unlock the Mustering Hall, which would unlock Thane and Longbeards. And that will also give us the extra building slot here as well. So I think we'll wait on that one for a little while. Let's just go back and find our army. We do now have another rank to give to Thorgrim. So what are we going to give him? So what have we got here? Lord of the Deeps is +3 leadership during subterranean intercept battles and siege battles. Well, I'm not really doing any of those at the moment. +3 defense for dwarf warriors and miners. Okay, I like that. +3% ammunition for quarrelers, thunderers, and grudge thrower units. I like that. And vigor loss reduction small for our entire army. So that basically means we can run for longer. So I think it's between those two. I think it's between having more melee defense and having more or vigor reduction. I think we're going to go for the melee defense. Make sure our front row units get a little bit more tanky. We're almost completely recovered on them. Now, I'm not too sure where those guys are heading off to. It would be nice to go up and get that, and we probably could. We probably can't move there at the moment. No, we might actually have a look at that on the next round and see what happens. We do have some garrisons in these buildings, so they should be fine. I don't think we're going to be attacked from any other direction. So let's go ahead and end the turn. And we'll see what happens to us. See if there's anything significant. Oh, there isn't actually an army round there. A Bloody Spears army. I'm not particularly bothered by them.
Your war efforts would be strengthened by the raising of a new army. Appoint another command, and you can open a second front against your foes.
So we could have a second army. The question is, can we afford a second army, which is always the problem that you have in Total War games. Winds of magic are changing. Not that it makes much of a difference to me, because I'm not using magic. Now, we do want to go over there and sort of deal with that at some point. Let's have a quick look and just see how the... Yeah, public order is actually going up now, so that is fine. I would like to recruit a second army. Let's see, where are we? Recruit Lord. Who do we have available? So we've got Yadri Oathkeeper. And he has the Ancestral Blood Valier trait, which is enemy hero action success -5%. So if the enemy hero tries to do anything, there's a 5% chance, or there's an extra 5% chance that they will fail. We've got Mordim Fiskir, who is easily distracted, -7% campaign movement range, but he does have +2 leadership. And then there's Ungrim Iron Fist, the Slayer King. Melee attack +6 for Slayer units in his army. We can't unlock him yet because we need to occupy the Carrick Cadrin settlement. So we could grab one of these guys and start a second army. Can we afford to? What is our current army income? Total army upkeep. Yeah, it's already 2,000. So maybe we can't really afford to do that. We could get a very small army. Let's go and get Yadri Oathkeeper. We'll recruit him.
A new army has been raised under the command of your appointed lord. It only remains for you to issue them orders, sire.
And then we will go and get him a few units. It's going to be expensive, so... Yeah, look at the upkeep on these units. They do cost an awful lot. So, let's go ahead and get a couple of warriors and a quarreler. We need to get some more buildings to make some more money. We could probably do that here at Squighorn, because we've now gotten rid of one of the previous buildings. So we could build a military support building here, but we can't do that until it reaches the 3rd rank. We could build defense buildings. Again, you need to be the 2nd rank. So we could go ahead and get another Tinkermaster. Would definitely generate more income. We've already got a Tinkermaster, or we're building a Tinkermaster here. I mean, another one could be useful. Let's go ahead and get one for now. We can always destroy it later if we need a slot for another building. I still want to just save up our growth. We're getting 67 growth per turn. We need 300 to get an extra surplus population. We're currently at 45 out of 300. Public order is starting to go back up now, which is a very good thing. So, what do we want to do? We do still have all of our movement on this turn. We're pretty much fully healed. Now, we can't reach you, unfortunately. We can't get that far down. I would love to go and do this fight. We do still have this quest over here. Used to be able to... Where do we see the forces? There we go. That's... Okay, they have wolf riders. And they do have a catapult, which makes them a little bit more tricky. But I still think we could probably beat that. It is mostly goblins. And goblins are quite sort of weak. So I think we could get over there and deal with that, potentially. Now, we did have some stuff going on over here to the west. I really should start using the WSA&D instead of mouse scrolling. So, who are these guys here? These are the Orcs of the Bloody Hand. Let's just have a quick look at diplomacy. Are we at war with these guys? We are at war with the Red Fangs, the Scabby Eye, the Blood Spear. So, we're not at war with those. Who are they at war with, though? Where are we? Why can't I see them on the list? Greenskins, Bloody Spears, Red Fangs, Scabby Eye, Teeth Snatch. Am I looking at the wrong thing here? Vorgaz, Orcs of the Bloody Hand. Yeah, I can't actually... Oh, it's a neutral army. Yeah, it's a neutral army. Of course, you know if it's an army that you're at war with because they have the little red crossed swords above them, so we're okay there. And what does that icon mean? Again, not an awful lot being explained, really, by the tutorial. What does that icon up there mean? I have no clue. So we're losing a little bit of money, which is not fantastic, I'll have to admit. We're building up our other army over here. Can we get any more buildings in Karazakarak? We don't have the slot to do that yet. Once we can upgrade this to level 3... Like I said, we can then get the mustering hall. We could also, if we wanted then, upgrade the granary to the stone bread bakery. And we'll open that 3rd slot, which we can do something useful with. You can recruit heroes as well. There aren't any available at the moment. Heroes are units that can move around the map on their own, not as part of an army. They're basically the same as spies were in the previous games. So you can go around and try and sabotage enemy camps and enemy... settlements or enemy armies as well and things like that, but we don't have access to any of those yet at the moment. Now, actually, look at the building browser here. You can see this is the list of all the buildings that the dwarfs can actually build. There's not really all that many. There's only I mean, what have we got? If we're not counting the actual main settlements, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 different branches of building. So there's 3 military buildings. And then you've got 3 military support buildings and then 5 infrastructure buildings. And of course they do have various different levels. So it's tricky to sort of build them all in one place. But we really do need to try and get some more money coming in because our army upkeep is going to become very expensive. So what do I want to do with you guys? Do I want to march you over here? Do I think we're going to be attacked from the... west? They're going to have to come through Karazakarak if they do, so I think we just sort of go and march out over here, actually. We've used all of our movement, but we do have that quest to do, and we'll probably end up doing that in the next video. And we're just using our normal stance. We really should have been on the encamp stance. And that way we do not get to attrition. Mind you, we are still in our own territory, so we shouldn't get attrition anyway. So that's fine. We don't move very far. We could forced march, but then you get there and you're tired when you arrive, so that's not necessarily the best way to do things. We can also see we've got Mount Gunbad over here. Mount Gunbad is, again, owned by the Bloody Spears, so we are going to need to take that out, which is probably where these guys are retreating to, although they do also have Grom Peak over here. Now, one thing you will notice if you actually look at the banner next to, the banner where the name of the settlement is, you'll see this one has this crenellated banner. That means that it is actually a fort. It has walls, so that will actually be a proper siege where you have to breach the walls or get over the walls and get in and actually hold the capture point in the middle, as opposed to ones that don't have the crenellations where all you have to do is basically just fight guys on a square battlefield, which is what we did at the Pillars of Grugni and at Mount Squighorn. But I think I want to try and chase these guys down. Definitely do that mission, that quest. If we go and have a look at the Rib Peaks here, yeah, you can see Grom Peak and Mount Gunbad. So it's one province with only 2 settlements. If we can take a look at their garrison, there's a massive garrison here at Mount Gunbad. So I think we really need to have a fairly big army to go and push in there. Remember though, that's just the garrison. They don't actually leave the... they can come out and sally forth to defend the settlement, but they're not actually going to come out and attack us. So we are fairly safe going over here to go and deal with those guys there. But let's go ahead and end the turn, because there isn't really anything else that we can do right now. You want a military alliance as well. Well, this is good. We're getting a lot of military alliances with our direct neighbours, which is very, very good for us.
Consider varying your tactics when maneuvering in the face of the enemy, my lord. Placing an ambush or setting a defensive camp may bring about victory where a straight engagement would fail.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't think we need to an ambush at the moment. The Greenskins and the Crooked Moon have formed a confederation, which basically means they sort of act as if they were sort of one empire. I always forget to look at these things here. So, yeah, Orcs of the Bloody Hand, we've encountered those guys. Yeah, we're not at war with them. Some military alliances going on. Trade agreement dissolved between Barak Var. That's interesting. We've got our tech as well, which is our militia training. So we need to go and sort that out. We've got some more units. These are the units going to our second army. I don't want to build that army up too big at the moment because we don't really have the economy to afford that. Let's just go ahead and have a look at tech here. So we've got this militia training, which is extra 5 attack for dwarf warriors and dwarf warriors and miners. Extra 5 attack, extra 5 defense. We could go into infrastructure here. Income from settlements plus 5% could certainly be useful. Dwarfen Resolve would give us an extra 5 leadership for infantry units. There's some nice stuff down these lines. Public order plus 1 in all provinces. I think getting the extra 5% income is going to be the useful one to grab right now, because we don't have an awful lot of income coming in. We've only got 787 per month, which is a little bit on the low side. We could go in with Thorgrim into here. We should just about be able to reach it. So I think that's what we are going to do on the next video. Is there anything here that we need to have a look at? There's actually the province view there. You can see how much money all of those provinces bring in. And see where all the different forces are. And that's the Grudges and Quests book. So we have the one grudge. Now, which one was that one? Oh, that's to actually pacify our... Where's the grudge book gone? It is that one. So as you can see, these two are crossed out. We've already done this one. So yeah, maintain at least 10 public order in the following provinces of Silver Road. We will be able to do that eventually, and that will give us 3,000 to the treasury once that is done. Okay, fantastic. Well, I'm going to go and end this video here. So thanks a lot for watching, guys. I hope you are still enjoying Total War Warhammer. When we come back next time, we will go and do this quest because it will give us an item. Hopefully it won't be too difficult a battle. And then after that, we'll make plans what we're going to do for the next part of the campaign. So thanks a lot for watching, guys, and I will see you on the next video. Until then, goodbye for now.